I'm Gordon Vanderpool from Franklin, North Carolina with Turning Stones Fly Fishing, and I'm going to talk a little bit about how to get started in fly tying for trout. What you're going to need is access to an experienced guide. For a beginner, if he wants to get started in fly tying, there is so much to learn, so many different products and furs and things you need to get started. So what I recommend for a beginner is to go out and get a fly tying lesson. That's the best thing, because you can kind of tell them what to do here on the river, but when they go home, they're going to be like, man, I forget what all he talked about. So the best thing to do is go get a little beginner fly tying kit. You can get them at any fly shop. And then ask one of the local pros and ask if they do fly tying lessons. And that's what I recommend for a beginner. Definitely get a lesson. Well, here in the mountains, a good nymph pattern, which is what hatches from underneath the water, that's what trout feed on. It's a good flashback pheasant tail. It's a good all-around mayfly nymph attractor pattern. It's a good fly. I've used it from here to California, and it catches fish. And if you're wanting to be a fly caster that goes after them on the surface, which a lot of people, that's how they want to start, an Adam's parachute is a good fly. It'll imitate 5, 6 different kind of mayfly species, and it'll cover them all with one fly, so you can imagine how successful it can be. And it's really good when you get off the beaten path into the backcountry and you're just high sticking a dry fly in some of them wild trout streams. They're really opportunistic fish, usually not a lot of insects, so they come up and they take it readily. It's a really good fly. Then that brings us to streamers, which are all subsurface. You have lots of different minnows in a trout stream. There's many different species, and big trout, once they get this size, they start feeding on that. And they always will feed on the bugs, but there's times when they want a bigger meal. So what you do, that's called streamers, and a good one is called a woolly bugger. And they have them in many different sizes and colors. A good color in the mountains would be olive, a black, and a white. If you have those 3 colors in a size 12 and a size 10 in your box, that will cover anything that you'll need to do fishing with a streamer in the mountains. And that's just a few tips and a little bit of information on how to get started fly tying for trout.